right, folks, so this is an opportunity to learn about how your kids can take part in our hackathon. A lot of the skills needed to take part in ROBOTICA and other types of BattleBots come by actually practicing and doing what we say at the college, hands-on, project-based learning. So we're going to share a little bit about one of our hackathons and how we help both build awareness, share skill building, and then how we can help our students take action. So for the recording there and for the audience here, and also let's make sure, get a chance to introduce some colleagues that I have here. So let's get the next slide.
We look at the camera, do we look just straight ahead?
All right. So for now, if you don't mind just advancing forward, that may be further than I thought. But so look, at Houston Community College, we're 70 buildings across Houston. Folks know us. We offer tons of programming at the college, and we're going to try to highlight about 3 different programs, 3 different center of excellence that have programs leading into our hackathon. So in short, if I could get the next slide there, we're going to talk about, can you? Yeah, I got it. All right, so in an overview, we're going to talk about how our office, so my name is Ravi Brahmbhatt, I'm the Director for Innovation and Entrepreneurship at the college. We have Deepal Parekh, who's the Interim Director for Community Learnings. We have Dean Urbina, Continuing Education, Dean Urbina with the Smart Manufacturing, and then Andre Herman, who's the Department Chair for Digital Communications. So we're going to share how our group internally, how we collaborate at HCC to put this event on. And there's going to be a slide with all of our names. So as soon as we get our slide deck going, we'll be able to share. There it is. So there's all the names of all of us. And then our goal today is to try to give as much advice as we can on how your kids or how you can take part in our hackathon. So our call to action is to inspire people to become mentors, come participate with us, and then students, our goal is to get them to build some skills in the hackathon. So those are the departments taking place together. And let's talk about the designathon is broken into 3 parts. Part 1 is all about art. We get students to take concepts and put it on paper. So the artathon is in collaboration with our visual and performing arts. And our goal there is really just put your ideas on paper. No computers, no nothing, just here's the challenge, put it on paper. So here's an example of all the different designs that our students have put together during the first hackathon, which is taken place, if I could get the next slide, it's taken place over a weekend. So as an example of what we did in the spring, we've got Saturday and Sunday. Let's go to the next slide, and I'll talk about our next one is our Digithon. So this is where we teach kids about using Tinkercad, Fusion 360, or AutoCAD, and we get them to now take what they've printed or drawn and convert it into a digital drawing. They learn lots of skills. If I have the next slide there, we also take that over a weekend. So our goal here is to be outside of the class and provide these opportunities for high school and college students to build these digital skill sets. If you go to the next slide there, you'll see we teach them about 3D modeling, and ultimately our goal is to get this to what's known as production ready. So we teach these kids all of this over that Saturday, Sunday. It's all free. We don't charge for any of this stuff. We even provide them lunch with our corporate sponsors. And you'll see that ultimately our goal is to go through and get them to make it. So our Makeathon is now going and doing additive manufacturing and 3D printing all of the designs that they've digitized and that they're hand-drawn. So that in a nutshell is the Designathon. And that also takes place over a weekend, and then we showcase the kids and give out award money for the best projects. So if we go next there, now, in the Designathon, all of these different skills that they're learning. So Today I'm going to ask Andre Herman to talk about digital communications, his office, and the programs that they offer. So what you're getting is a crash course of one of his programs, and you can pursue a degree and get an associate's or something that can transfer to a 4-year school, and why that's important. So Andre, I'm going to pass it to you for a little bit, and just tell us a little bit about your office and the work that your office does.
Hey everybody, my name's Andre Herman. I'm the department chair for digital communication and digital gaming and simulation at Houston Community College. We offer certificates and associate degrees in graphic design, digital photography, web design, XR design and development, and then also digital gaming and simulation for both the designers and the programmers. One of the beautiful things about the Design-a-thon that we do is that we really, we're giving our students, the participants, real world opportunity that's very similar to what we do within our classes as well. We really strive to challenge our students to start with pencil or ink on paper before ever going and touching a computer. It's really easy just to jump right on a computer or a device these days, and with the Design-a-thon we really challenge them to take a step back and learn how to just get the idea down on paper, be it the written word or even rough sketches. But the Design-a-thon, the students come in sometimes with no experience at all. Some come from our programs directly with a little or a lot of design experience or even photography or gaming experience. And they come in and they really get a first-hand experience with solving a real-world problem. And that we find is a really, really important part of this. Anyone else would like to add anything?
How can they find you?
Oh, how can you find me? Oh, that's a great question. All right, so the best way is to email me directly. My email address is andre.hermann@hccs.edu. That's the best way. Get a hold of me, say hi. I'll share the information regarding the programs and the Design-a-thons with you. We also offer, just so you all know, we also offer free workshops teaching Apple products. Specifically, I teach an iPhone photography workshop. That's for free. I also teach visual storytelling, where you learn how to take your ideas or even your personal stories and actually create videos, sharing that story with others. And really, storytelling is really at the heart of everything we do here. We all have a story. It's just a matter of how do we want to share it, through design, through VR, XR, through gaming, right? It's all there, even manufacturing.
Awesome, Andre. So look, what I heard, graphic design, digital photography, web publishing, visual arts and motion graphics, man, mobile app development, because Apple, right? So these are all programs offered at the college, and there's lots of ways you can engage with it. The hackathon is a way of experiencing it and seeing if you like it. If you like something, you can pursue a full major for it, right? It's really a disadvantage for our kids when we tell them, pick a major and run with it, without actually giving them an opportunity to try it. Hackathons are one of those, trial. Come and try. Maybe you find out that you're great at drawing, but maybe you find out you're better at coding. Maybe you're better at leading people. But until you try it, right, you don't know. So for us, these hackathons are a great way of encouraging kids to play and learn and find their inspiration and then go build something. And we have programs and educators and mentors like Andre who can really help them. So thanks, Andre, for sharing some of that. And the way to get in touch with you makes a lot of sense. But another way is the website. I'm going to ask if I can go to the next slide, one more. So we'll come back here. One more, sir. So I'm going to ask Dean Urbina. So Dean Urbina, oversees the smart manufacturing, and the last part of our hackathon is about a make-a-thon, right? It's about actually physically, tangibly making something. Dean, I'm going to ask you if you could share a little bit of why that is important. Why do you have a tagline, makers make their future. I'd like to, if you could elaborate on that.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alberto Urbina, and I'm the Dean of Houston Community College's Material Science and Smart Manufacturing Center of Excellence. Our programs include our welding program, our machining, manufacturing, and the maker spaces that the college has are all part of the Center of Excellence that I help out with. And we have locations throughout the city of Houston. So there's probably a location to your side of town where your kids can participate in some of these cool things that we're talking about. But the importance of making stuff is that's really at the heart of American manufacturing, going back to the Industrial Revolution, right? We need more makers to be able to be here locally in the United States, in Texas, in Houston to make things. So the hackathon event is a really neat event to get folks interested, especially young folks interested in making things because for the health of the economy and for the health of Texas and Houston, we need makers. I work with a lot of companies and employers that call me all the time, and they're looking for makers right now. Okay, so if you know how to make stuff, if you know how to run equipment that makes things, it is very, very lucrative out there right now because companies are bringing back manufacturing to the United States. They're bringing it back to Texas, to Houston. You have a lot of companies moving to the area. So that's the significance of being able to make stuff, and the importance of being able to make stuff is really to help the economy and to have fun doing it. You know, it's really fun making stuff. I'm a welder by trade, and on the weekends I build stuff at my house, trailers and barbecue pits and all kinds of cool stuff, right? So being able to make things is really fun, but it's also really important for the local economy. So hopefully I answered your question, Ravi.
Yeah, Dean, absolutely. And what I love about this is you yourself practice what you preach, right? So a lot of times, you know, they make fun of educators by saying, you know, if you can't do anything else, go teach, right? And that's unfortunate. But in reality, you know, educators that actually practice what they're preaching makes a huge impact on the student they're talking to. So not only do you have this, you know, skill set, but you also have spaces that have, you know, $500,000 worth of equipment that kids can actually touch. And that's the beauty of a hackathon is they get introduced into the maker spaces of at the college, and it really does allow them to like tangibly touch something and say, you know, this is how a laser cutter works. And you know, we have people that can teach them safely how to engage with that makeathon. So thanks for that. And I think, you know, if you could tell our audience how they can get in touch with you. I've got a link there, but directly to you and then your programs.
The best way to reach out to me is really by phone. My phone number is 713-718-6839, and by email, which is alberto.urbina@hccs.edu. That's really the best way. Feel free to reach out if you want a tour. Something I forgot to mention earlier, too, was in the summertime, we do also host summer camps for students that are normally a week to 2 weeks long, and we spend the entire time in the camp learning how to use the maker equipment. So the 3D modeling, the CNC laser cutter, CNC plasma cutter, welding machines, CNC lathes, and CNC mills. So it's a really nice opportunity for someone to be able to participate in a hands-on camp that exposes them to manufacturing, and by the time they're done with that, they'll have a really good idea whether they like manufacturing or not. So thank you.
All right, thank you, and shout out to our videographer who's able to read my cues, man. I appreciate it. The clicker isn't working, but I appreciate the help. It really does take a team and a village to inspire kids, so I appreciate that. So you know, smart manufacturing and then also digital communications, both are super important, what I call 21st century skills. To talk a little bit more about, you know, the continuing education aspect, not only is it for the youth, but also for the adults, the seniors, right? Our world is changing and it's evolving, and there's so many new programs and new tools available to us, but we don't really have hands-on practice with them yet. So to talk a little bit more, you know, Deepal, as the interim incoming director for continuing education for DIT, just tell us a little bit about the programs you have, opportunities of what the community can leverage in skill building and digital skill building, and how can they get in touch with you?
All right. Hi, my name is Deepal Parekh, and I am the interim director for continuing education in information technology program at Houston Community College. After you put your plans and put it on paper, once you start creating it, you really need to know how to start it, right? Like, you can become an expert only if you have the basic skills down. How do you get the basic skills? If you're a non-traditional student, fast track continuing education certificates or training that you can come and take at HCC, and then you can, if you decide to pursue further, you can go transfer those skills into degrees or towards graduate degrees. So you can do so much if you have an idea, if you have a passion for what you're wanting to do. How do you know what you're passionate about? You come to the hackathons, you come to these events that are free to attend at HCC. Get your hands in there. Once you know what you're interested in, we're all here to help. We have programs that you can do short-term, fast track, or if you're really interested in wanting to get into the degree, we have associate's degree that can then you can use most of those credits towards an undergraduate degree, 4-year degree. Continuing education is at HCC, specifically for IT. We have so many different options. You can see these different trainings that we provide. We have A+ certification training, so anyone who's interested, age is not a barrier. Young kids, adults, elderly population, anyone who wants to know what these courses are can come to our free workshops, learn more about it, and then sign up for these trainings. For example, if you're interested in the A+ certification from CompTIA, you get the training from HCC. Not only that you get you do a training completion and you receive an institutional certification of completion for completing the course at HCC, you can also then go out and do the exam, and then you have your industry license. We have a lot of resources to help you along the way. That's just one example. There's so many more programs that we offer. One of the free events that Andre talked about, we have Apple workshops that are coming up soon in fall. These are open to all and anybody that's interested. All community members can attend, kids can attend, parents with their kids can attend. You learn how to use, you probably already have smartphone, but you learn how to use the apps on them that works better for you. So for example, what he mentioned, if you have a story that you want to share, you can create, using iMovie, you can create a video that you can have on your YouTube channel, and so on. We also have summer camps for middle schoolers and high schoolers. Those are usually 1 week long. We have one coming up Monday that's at North Forest, and then we have one at Stafford, we have one at West Loop. So it's for 4 weeks, but every week it's at a different location. So kids can come in, parents can drop them off, and they can learn about what HCC offers. So the free summer camps, you'll see the dates on the slides. How you can contact me is through a phone number. My direct number is 713-718-2470, and my email is dipal.parekh@hccs.edu. You can go to our webpage, hccs.edu/DIT, to learn about all the other programs that we offer. Thank you.